is like the most common behavioral problem there is, hands down. This dog doesn't have that problem. He doesn't. That's my dog. That's Billy. Billy's been with me since he was a Sherry Lucas gave it to me. I love this guy. He's great, but he's been with me for a long time. Yeah, he's been with me since he was 9 weeks old. So I've constantly been sending him the correct message. There's no fighting, there's no growling. And owners do this with their dog. They train their dog to just be horrible just by like being passive. I'm going to bring out a dog that has aggression problems. It's a standard poodle. His name is Merlin. He's a great dog. But the more I work with the dog, the more I learn about the dog and from the owner. Um, like I don't really have to know the specific details of like why the dog is doing it. I knew that somebody had taught the dog to be terrible on a leash, flat out. So when I picked up the dog, it was pulling me around and shit. The other day, Destiny had him on a leash, and it was pulling her around. And then, like the owner was telling me just yesterday, that what would transpire is like he could handle the dog, right? And the dog didn't pull him around, but every time the dog was taken out by the wife, and the wife had a kid with her in a stroller, or whatever those things are, for a young baby, that the dog just yank her down the street. So every time the dog got to do this, the dog is getting something. The dog is being told that it's in charge. It's in charge of the situation. The owner, the female owner, can't handle it. Now, the owner said, yeah, it's yanking my 120-pound wife down the street. Well, I don't weigh much more than that. So that's not an excuse. You can't say that somebody's size, and I'm not going off on the owner if he's watching this, but I'm saying it has nothing to do with size. So Destiny weighs less than 120 pounds. So she's going to be working with Merlin, and she's not going to get drug around like that. I mean, I'm over 120 pounds. I was over 130 pounds, and the dog was pulling me around. Doesn't have anything to do with size. It has to do with improper training. So Merlin has a wide variety of issues. Now Merlin could also, on the same hand, do certain things, but it didn't matter. It doesn't matter because if Merlin doesn't get his shit together, people that love their dog get rid of dogs all the time. So this owner is smart. I was saying on a live stream, I was like, why would anybody with a kid want to get a dog? Because it's real common. And I know why they do it. There's like this surge of hormones when, like, say, a couple, they get pregnant, and there's a surge of hormones, and, maybe the woman is feeling like, I want to nurture something right now. So they make this, like, just emotional decision to go get a dog. I see it all the time. Couple gets pregnant, a year later they have a dog, somewhere around there. 9 months later they get a dog. It's absurd shit, but that's just really how it is. There's also this notion in society where it's like, oh, the child should grow up with a dog. Well, maybe wait until the kid's 10 or 11 and it's easier for you, because it's not going to be easy. And this owner said this, I was saying this, and he said, I can attest to this. Don't get a dog if you have a kid. It's a lot of work. Stop being unrealistic. So Merlin, what happened evidently is that Merlin was dragging the owner down the street, the female owner down the street. Now, every time that he's out like that and pulls the owner, he's told he's in charge of the whole boat. So now you have a dog that's aggressive to people. He said, yeah, we had this problem. Somebody walks up to us, the dog starts growling and going off on the people. Yeah, that's a problem. That's aggression. Also, because, anytime the dog saw another dog and he's out like that, way out in front, looking at the person, now this is true. he confesses to a lot of shit, which is good. What they would do is when the baby would eat and throw stuff on the ground, they would let the dog clean it up. Stupid. You know, that's real stupid, and I'll tell you why. It's because the dog starts looking at the baby and the wife as a resource. So the dog's like resource guarding. Do you understand? When it's on the street, it's guarding its resource. Get away from my food. Not good. So, you know, the wife has trained the dog to be shitty on a leash. If you have a kid, you don't let the kid go walk your fucking dog because it'll drag the kid around and then you have all these behavioral problems. Same's true if the wife has a kid. She can't be walking the dog, right? A lot of this could be avoided. I always say this, you're getting a puppy, fucking call me. Call me and do a board and train with the damn dog. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. You influence a dog at an early age and you end up with this shit. You want to buy an expensive dog, but you don't want to allocate training. And then, sorry, but then you end up liking the dog, loving the dog. You have a problem, you're going to pay me anyway. Why don't you make it easy on yourself and make it easy on the dog? The chances of the dog not ending up in a shelter or being given away or put down when I get it as a puppy are nothing. They're like zero. It's not going to happen. You have a dog like this where it's ingrained, where the owner's like letting it drag it down the street. Does your dog do that? Idiot. You let your kid walk your dog? Does it pull the dog around? You think that's cute? It's not cute. It's not fucking cute. There's nothing cute about it. Now, these people love the dog. They're doing something smart now. Smart thing would have been to get the dog to me, but I think there was a pandemic going on. But I'm not saying it was a smart thing to begin with, like you're going to have a baby and you get a dog. I'm talking to you, the person that you all are going to have a baby and you want to get a dog. Stop doing this shit. Stop doing it. You want to make your life harder. Like it isn't hard enough to have a baby. Ask the owner of Merlin. Yeah, don't do it. We got 4 to 6 million dogs being put down every year. 49% of all puppies are given up the first year. They're surrendered. But you think it's going to be different for you, but you have no history of being able to train a dog. But you are so arrogant, you think you can do it. Do you know what happens? Like this. One of the owners trains aggression into the dog by doing things that they didn't think were going to cause a problem. Like the baby's throwing food on the floor. Let's let the dog clean it up, make it easy on us. They eat. Yeah, now you're really making the dog look like you're a resource for food. Don't ever let your dog pick up any food on the ground. Doesn't matter if it's chicken bones on the street, you're giving the dog diarrhea, or it's in your house. You don't do that. You don't let your dog up on a couch. You don't let your dog up. That's not what he was doing. They don't let the dog on furniture that I know of. You don't do that because it screws up the status of the dog. Now this dog's status is all fucked up. It's aggressive. It growls. It growls. It growls at people and it growls at dogs. So that's why I'm using Billy, because I'm going to play Frisbee with Billy. I'm going to go get Merlin. He's got to quit doing this shit, man. For me to do this, I really have to be on my game. I really have to be correcting the dog anytime he growls or even looks cross-eyed at the damn dog. We're using Billy first. We'll use other dogs too. And at a point, we're going out to Home Depot. If I hear one fucking word out of him growling, I'm gonna tell him no. Am I ever gonna let Merlin drag me down the street or Destiny? No. Sit. You're not home and your wife has a baby. You have to wait to get home to walk the dog. She's got her hands full. That's it. The dog has to wait. Maybe the dog is, you take the dog out in the morning, right? Before you go to work. Then the dog is out it's an adult dog, right? So maybe it's out for 5 hours. And then the other 3 hours until you get home, it has to wait in the crate. Use your head. Be logical. Don't get a fucking dog. Don't get a puppy because you're having a kid. You have enough on your fucking plate. Why are you going to do that to the dog? My whistles. That's a Fox 40. This is a Roy whatever. I don't want dogs to be put down. I don't want people to be miserable. I've heard it all. I've heard it. All of the things are so common. Oh, we found a nice farm for the dog. That's like, okay, we don't really care what happens to the dog at this point. We've done, well, we gave that dog everything. Meaning they love the dog, but they love the dog in the wrong way. So at times with a dog, you have to like be really controlling. A perfect example of being really controlling is not letting the wife or the children walk the dog because they're gonna fuck it up. The wife with a baby or the husband with a baby even. Say it's a stay-home husband and he's got the baby. He can't go out and walk the dog unless the dog is healing proper. So anyway, my point is this. When Merlin goes back, the wife has to work with the dog without the baby around. If she can't get the dog to function with her healing, how's she gonna get the dog to heal when she's got a goddamn baby stroller and she's walking the dog down the street and it's dragging her? Wake up! Does that make sense? Like, oh, okay, you take the dog out during the day. Sorry, Merlin's owner, I'm trying to make a point here. You take the dog out during the day with the stroller, and that dog would pull me down. She weighs 120 pounds. The wife could get hurt. The baby could get hurt. Unless she can get her handle on the dog, walking the dog at a proper heel, and she can't do that with the goddamn baby. So the husband has to watch the baby. She has to go out for at least a month, taking the dog out, making sure that this dog doesn't do a fucking thing. It growls, she corrects it. She can't do that with a baby stroller in her other hand. She never takes a dog out unless it'll fucking function for her. I don't want anything happening to that dog. I don't want anything happening to anybody's dog. So wake the fuck up. Every time your dog does something, it ingrains the whole behavior. Your dog has separation anxiety. Every time it flips out, it ingrains the behavior. Wake the fuck up. You're training your dog. You're gonna get your dog killed doing this. You love your dog, but you don't love it the right way. Oh, clean up the floor. You know, just eat the stuff off the floor. It's okay. That doesn't really matter. Yes, it does. It fucking matters. I don't care if this gets monetized or fucking not. I hope one person sees this and it makes sense. What is the matter with you people? You got the dog. It's not about convenience. You think it's about convenience to get a dog? It's not. Jesus fucking Christ. Let me go get Merlin. That's me sort of acting to make a point. Sometimes you have to do that with a dog. You have to act really pissed off. Right, Billy? If you can't do that, don't get a dog, man. Good boy, good boy. See how my tone changes? It'll change with you, too. I'm trying to make a point. People are unrealistic with dogs. Dogs are dying right and left in shelters. People are just, oh, I'm going to get a dog. And then you got some idiot on Facebook or Instagram that has a fucking pit bull, bunch of pit bulls, you know, and the kid rolling all over the dogs. That's real dumb. That's real dumb. Sit. No, get up there. Sit. I know that there's somebody in here that said, yeah, so what? It's just a dog. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're a psychopath. You're a sociopath or a psychopath. You don't give a shit, do you? You don't. You don't care. Stop thinking about just you and your oxytocin surge that you're getting when you're pregnant or you're getting the puppy and you're interacting with the puppy. Oh, isn't it cute? Yeah, keep your shit together or don't get a dog. Don't get a freaking dog. Ask this owner. He admits it, like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a lot of work. You got a kid. You don't need to do this. Now it's extra expense for them because they're like, well, we love the dog. We got to do something. We're not equipped to do this. If the dog won't quit growling for me, it's not going to quit growling for them. Yes, I am correcting the dog, and yes, I am using punishment at this point. No barking in my fucking house, dog. No growling at another dog. No growling at a human. You keep your shit together. You stay at heel and you be obedient. You don't get the dog better social skills by having people come up and pet it. You get your dog to have better social skills by having it at heel and sitting there and being calm. Not this dog. This dog lunges and shit and growls at people walking down the street. That's what he said when I picked him up. Yeah, we had this problem. People walk up to us and the dog goes ape shit. Yeah, because you did it wrong. Because you let the wife, who was either pregnant or had a kid, handle the dog. She physically couldn't do it. Her mind was probably in someplace else. I'm having a baby. Why do I have to do this? Well, if you're going to walk the dog, you have to do it. Let me go get him. And what we're going to do is the same thing as yesterday. We're going to put Merlin up here where Billy's sitting. Merlin has to stay in that position like Billy. But I'm going to have Merlin on a leash, and if Merlin looks cross-eyed at my dog, I am going to correct him. If my neighbor comes out with his dog and Merlin's turning his head, it's a correction. You pay attention to me, motherfucker. No growling. Growling is a correction. There will be leash corrections. The dog has an e-collar on. I will not be using the e-collar. That's not the way you get the dog to quit doing this. He needs physical corrections, and they need to be proper, and they need to be time proper. I have a star mark collar on the dog. If the dog won't quit doing it with a star mark, we went from this. We went from a martingale, because the dog came in with a big, fat, wide leather collar. Like that fat. That's a big mistake. Use a fat, wide leather collar with a puppy. They had like a fucking greyhound collar on the damn dog. So every time the dog was walked down the street, they couldn't even give it a correction. Dog's just gonna yank him around. Had no action to it. Big mistake. A lot of mistakes are made with dogs, and it doesn't have, like I said, you're gonna have a puppy? Why don't you call somebody like me or Robert Masters and get your damn puppy trained? Then you can get it back in 5 months and it's not gonna have behavioral issues. No, it won't be a slam dunk to get the dog trained because you're going into those teenage months, but at least your dog will have commands and you won't have influenced the dog at an early age to be a dick. And it'll understand no. It won't be growling at people. It won't be growling at other dogs. It won't have any problem with cats and birds. Jesus fucking Christ. Billy, here, you can come with me. All right, I gotta quit. I was gonna have an aneurysm there. But it's the fucking truth. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Bunch of unrealistic people in this society. Totally unrealistic. Oh, we're gonna get a dog. It's cute. It's a subspecies of the wolf. A subspecies of the wolf, and you want to pretend that it's a fucking getting ready to have a baby and shit. Billy, come here. Wolf boy, get up here. Subspecies of the wolf. Your Chihuahua, subspecies of the wolf. Your Catone, subspecies of the wolf. German Shepherd, Malinois. They're all related, not by common ancestry. We're related. But they're all a subspecies of the wolf. And yes, horses do have umbilical cords, so yes, they would have sort of a belly button thing. Okay? It's a mammal. I'm a mammal, he's a mammal. We're different species, though. Live birth. Live birth. Babies are raised on milk. Milk, milk. There's similarities, but they're not anything really like us. They're not. Stop anthropomorphizing your dog. Well, you know what I mean. You're looking at the dog in an anthropomorphic way. That is not a baby. It'll never be a baby. Don't think that you're practicing, and don't think that your kid needs to grow up with a dog. Are you a dog trainer? Different story. If I had a baby, it would be different. Robert Masters has a baby. It's different. Every dog trainer I know, different. My dad was out there training the dog. He'd get up at 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. To train. You do that? Do you do that? Do you work with your kid and the dog? By the time I was kindergarten or first grade, probably, I could take a lab, walk it up to my grade school, and come back, and it would be at heel. That's different than you saying, hey, little Johnny, I want you to walk the dog after school, and little Johnny doesn't give a shit, and little Johnny's being drugged around like this guy's wife. You're training that, you're gonna get the dog killed. You're gonna get the dog killed, and you get little Johnny killed, because a stray dog could come in, get in a fight, and then little Johnny is like in the middle of the fight, he's getting mauled by your own dog because they don't think, they respond. Does any of this ring a bell with any of you all? Do you get it? You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get your family hurt. You think you can't get hurt by a dog? Oh, why? Because they're cute? Tell that to the 4 million people that get bit every year. 4 million, those are the reported cases. 4 million people get bit every year. Half of those are children, half of those are adult. 49% of all puppies that are acquired the first year are given up, they're surrendered. But you're gonna be different. And think about the other 49%, that's just the first year. What percentage of those dogs are given up in the second year, and what percentage of those dogs bite? You think you can train a dog, don't you? You know nothing about it. You work at Walmart, or you're a mechanic, or you're a lawyer, or you're a doctor, but you think you can train a dog, or you're a vet. You're a veterinarian, and you think you can train a dog, don't you? You're a joke. You're a joke. I haven't met a vet yet that can have a fucking trained dog except the vet that I got Billy from. Not Billy from, Tonka. Or another vet that I got Ike from. Unless they're a professional dog breeder and, they have the dogs trained for the ring. I haven't met a vet yet that has a trained dog. Fact, and I've worked for vets, okay? Fact. So don't go look at, you have a problem with your dog and you're gonna take it to the vet? You know what the vet will say? Oh, it's a male, it's intact, let's fix it. Wrong. It needs training. You have a dog that's aggressive, okay? It's aggressive, and then you get it fixed. After it's fixed, it's still aggressive. It doesn't change a fucking thing. It's behavioral, it's ingrained. I haven't been bit in a long time. This is hey, get your ass back here. I haven't been bit in years. Like over 20. It wasn't an intact male that bit me, I'll tell you that. Don't think that you can't get that your dog's you're gonna fix your problems by fixing the dog. Oh, we don't have to train it. It's like vets sell this as like a reason. Yeah, we'll fix your dog. Where they should be saying, no, don't waste the money on fixing the dog. Find a trainer, get the dog trained. And I'll tell you something else. Training doesn't happen at Petco and PetSmart, and it doesn't happen with anybody that says that they're purely positive food trainer. And if you're going to somebody that's a balanced trainer, but they keep using food, get away from them. I don't use food at all, like zero, with every dog, zero food. For a reason. You look like a resource. Like Merlin. Merlin looks at its owner and the baby as a resource. Now the dog's it's a dick. It's a dick. It's an embarrassment. It's a dog that can actually do some stuff, but it's an embarrassment. How embarrassing. You're walking down the street with your baby stroller and your fucking standard poodle's being an asshole. It could be any breed. A Labrador. Labradors will pull you fucking down. That's an active breed, man. Imagine, Merlin's skinny. Imagine if it was a dog Gus's size, 40 pounds heavier. Same kind of drive, right? And same issues. I'm just gonna drag him around. Like the owners on the street. I gotta protect these people. Wrong. Any type of bullshit with your dog that is aggressive, you tell them, no, you don't need this. And if you're gonna have a dog that does protection, for God's sakes, train it to do protection. And that involves, basic training first. If your dog's not compliant doing that, you're not gonna go into, yeah, let's put the sleeve on. That's like training a dog to do field work, but you never train it to sit or do down. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Billy. Okay, hurry. Let me go get Merlin. Now this is all about timing too. I'll be throwing the frisbee. Merlin will probably be better than yesterday. When we did this, he was trying to backbite on Billy. He was growling at Billy, trying to make eye contact with him. He was excited, would jump off his mark. So I'm assuming he'll do this again at first, but he needs to stop. There'll be a lot of corrections. And I'll be looking to do my timing. I want spot on. So each time the dog does this, I'll be correcting not with an e-collar. I'll be correcting with an actual leash. Okay? But he was trying to backbite Billy, Here, come on, let's go. Come on. Ah. My leg. Standing around like that bitch and it's just like... Billy. You better don't fuck with Merlin, dude. You know that, right? Deal. No, deal. Get up there. Sit. Good boy. Well, much better than yesterday, right? He's sniffing his butt, which I want that. I don't want him going towards the face or the back of Billy's neck. He's being a lot better. See, it'll start working, but like yesterday, it was very stressful. No. I'll give some corrections, some leash flexing. Leash flexings like this, reminding the dog that I had the collar on and the leash. This is pretty good. No, no, good. I want him to look at me. No, no. Hey, Merlin, don't do that. Here. Whoops. Watch the pawpaw tree, dickweed. No, sit. You're being good. How do you like my yelling? No, leave him alone. It's important, man. There's people out there just making the same mistake. I guarantee you, there's probably millions of people making the same mistake. Millions. You don't have anybody saying this. You don't have anybody on TV saying it. It's fucked up. It is. It's fucked up. Everybody wants to tell people what they want to hear. Oh yeah, you're having a baby. You should get a dog. Won't that be fun? Yeah, your kid should grow up with a dog. Give me a break. Doesn't matter what size the dog is. See how my leash is? Whoops. See, it's locked. I'm watching him. No! Merlin, no. Good boy. Good boy, Bill. No, you're not going anywhere. That's better. But yesterday when we were doing this, he was growling the whole time. No. So, your dog growls, it's going to bite. So you don't ever want it to growl. You could never look at that as a positive. Never. Dogs are calm before they start working too. So don't think that like protection dogs are not growling before they hit the sleeve. They're supposed to sit there and look totally calm. Then you release them. Then they fucking, it's the same thing as me doing a retrieve, right? The dog has to be calm. I'll give you an example of this. Billy, get over here. No, heel. Sit. Does he look excited? Okay. No, that's how he's supposed to be, but then when I release him, he's excited. No, sit! Okay. Good boy. Here. Sit! No, sit. Oh, sorry. That's much better, Merlin. People are just too unrealistic. They are. They don't realize that every time it's done, it just gets more ingrained with the dog. And they don't have the fucking sit. No, sit. Get it. They don't have the stomach to even correct the dog properly. No, I want the dog to like me. Right? No, I want the dog to like me. Why would I do that? Let's do some other shit. Here. Heel. No, leave it. Billy, here. Sit. Merlin. See, he's going for Billy. Sit. Don't do that. Merlin. Sit. Merlin. No, Billy. Billy, sit. Not on that dick. No, sit. Billy, go to the bathroom. Hurry, hurry. You gotta go? Hurry, hurry. No, that? No, 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 no. We're not doing that. Get out of here, dude. Quiet. You don't like that collar? I don't give a shit. See, I have Merlin's collar straight up. I'm tow barring him. So he can get nothing. No, here, Billy, here. Sit! Sit! Merlin. Sit. No. Merlin. Sit. No, sit. Merlin. Sit. Down. Billy, no, down. Merlin, down. No, down. Get your ass on the fucking dirt, dude. Sit. Down. No, down. Down. Merlin. Merlin. Get over here. Not you. Sit. Merlin. Sit. Merlin. No. Sit. No, get out of here, dude. Billy, get up there. No, up there. Up. Sit. Okay. Merlin, get up there. Sit. Something else that I saw Merlin do was like try and mount the leash. All this stuff that might seem like nothing to the owner is all just shit. It is. Like letting the dog pick up food on the floor. Shit. It's a shit. Creates a shit dog. Not using the crate. Separation anxiety. Yeah, you get a dog. It's a puppy. Sit. Starts whining because it wants out of the crate. You just fuck the dog up. It whines for anything. You give it to him, you just fuck the dog up. No, sit. Drop. Okay. Good. He's doing good. He's doing a lot better. This is great. It's not growling. He hasn't jumped off his thing. I won't walk them at heel yet. I think he'd try something. So he's going to be on the inside. Billy's going to be on the outside. I usually have Billy on the inside because he can do heel pretty good. See, this is a problem with our society. Like this is not interesting to people. If I let Merlin try and bite Billy, then it'd be interesting. Then I'd get a fucking million views. That's why that stupid Dog Whisperer show is popular, because the idiot gets bit all the time. No, nobody wants to see dog training like this, because Oh, that's not interesting. He's not gonna get bit. I could. I just probably won't. Every time the dog acts like that, if your dog gets in a fight and then gets in a fight again, plan on your dog fighting forever because you're not going to get it to stop. Say two dogs come here, both of them been in a knockdown drag-out fight, then it happened again, and then finally they call me. I can get the dogs back, but you get, if they don't do anything different, plan on a fight happening. You know, I can get the dogs to behave for me. Then I do private lessons with them and shit, and then everything's fine. But then, like, if they go back to the old shit, and I do mean shit. Here. So see, he's not growling. He's not growling. No, sit. He's minding his own business. This is exactly what I need. Yesterday was tough, man. I was telling Destiny this. I'm like, man, I'm fucking exhausted. From the one session I did with these two, it was like no comparison like working with, I think, Gus and Baby. Like that was not this and that. This was total stress. It was total stress. You know. He can't go get, he can't do, I would never be like, oh, Merlin's doing great. Let's throw a frisbee to Merlin. No fucking way, not yet. There's no way that that's happening. That's another thing. People are unrealistic. Like, enough training hasn't happened. Enough muscle memory hasn't happened. You know? People also want to spend as little as possible, so they want training done in a week or two. Once again, unrealistic. You know? It's unrealistic. Especially when you're talking behavioral issues. Like, he has to do this more, not growl. Growling sucks. Are you all hearing what I say? Like, if you're a chick and you got a dog and you think it's positive that the dog growls when you walk down the street, I've heard it. I've heard it from idiot women in fucking Brooklyn. Oh yeah, well I think it's good because, you know, what if somebody, like, you got a fucking 80-pound dog, who's gonna fuck with you anyway? And then I'm hearing about the dog ripping off the fucking roommate's lip, you know? Well, you did it to the dog, idiot. And you let the dog up on the bed like an asshole. You were told not to do it. People are jerks. You could sit there and tell somebody, don't do this, don't. No, that can't be right. How could that be right? My dog loves it. My dog loves to go on my bed. That's people. People are jerks. Here, you're doing great. You're doing good too. Good job, dude. Marlon, good boy. See if Marlon will stay. Good. Billy, sit. No, sit. Man, you fucking motherfucker. You're fucking naughty. Billy, sit. Get your ass over here. Come here. Here, give me this. Here, Merlin. No. No. Leave him alone. No. 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 He just growled. Knock it off, dick. Sit. No, sit. Let's move this. Isn't this fun? Don't you love it when I start bitching about humans? They're fucking terrible for dogs, man. They are. They're fucking terrible. That's fucking nonsense. Bill, switch spots. Come here. Here. Phil. Right there, dude. Sit. No. Billy, sit. Merlin. No! Get your ass back up there. Busted. Sit. I'm watching you, son. Here. No. I'll be right back. Did baby work with him? This was good. I'm gonna put him up for now. Billy, you can come with us. Billy, here. Thank you, Bill. I gotta sit down. I'll take you all into my office. And if anybody has any questions, I'll answer them. Merlin did real good. That was real good. So was my bitching humans out at the beginning. That, I'm sorry, but it's just, if you sugarcoat everything, people don't care. Sometimes you have to scream about shit if it's worthwhile. Dogs dying right and left, that sort of makes it important. Don't you think? I think so. Here's my office.